Technology exists, there's phones, everything was very predictable. I think that it's triggering me. It was very much in pain. You guys have probably ever heard the term, I bought this book because my favorite booktuber read it. I bought this book because I've heard ex-booktuber talk about it. I have lots of books like that. I obviously get influenced by the people I watch on booktube, and I bought a lot of books because my favorite booktuber talked about it. They really liked it. They rated it 5 stars. In today's video, I will be reading those books. The first book I decided to pick up is a fantasy, and it is Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole, who I purchased because raven-haired reader, my romantasy guru, really liked this book. She rated it 5 stars. I've bought so many books because of her, especially fantasy recs, so I feel like I can trust her judgment, and I feel like I'll probably enjoy this book. So this is going to be the first book I'm going to be reading. So the really short summary of this book, because I don't actually really know much about the book, is that our FMC gets trapped in servitude to a god, I think a really bad god, and she somehow has to hunt down a book, a relic that is owned or currently being kept by another god. That guy is our MMC. He is Samkiel, or is he Liam? And he is apparently a hero of some sort, and he owns this relic, and he doesn't want to be a hero. She really needs to get this relic because she's in servitude to this god, but then she ends up falling in love with her enemy. So that is the Book of Azrael. At least I think that's the plot of this book from what I can remember. I like to get into things blind, so I try my best not to read too much of the back of the book. I'm gonna get started right into this right now. I'm so excited. Let us get on with this video. Sorry for the inflammation on my face. I went on a facial this morning, so it's currently a little bit inflamed. I want to give an update on the Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole because I did end up picking this book up this morning. I actually wanted to start reading this yesterday, but I didn't because I was swamped with work. I had a very big order come in, and I run a small business, so I had to focus on doing that. And then this morning I had a facial appointment, as I've mentioned. I came back home. I had to continue on working to get that order finished. I did start reading this, and I am at chapter 8. This is page 79. The first 7 chapters were only in the FMC's POV, Diana, and now we're finally getting the MMC's POV. When I first started reading this, I thought it was a dark romantasy read where it's more romance than fantasy, but after reading this book, I think it's either equal with the fantasy and romance aspects, or it's more fantasy, because right now at least I feel like we're focusing a lot on the fantasy because our FMC and MMC have not even met yet, and we're really establishing the world. I thought it was urban fantasy, but apparently it's not. It's like semi-urban. The world that we're in is called Onunus. The FMC is the helper, the second in command of Caden, who is like the king of the monsters. We have like vampires, werewolves, banshees, shapeshifters, shadow creature being thingies. There's a lot of monsters in this book, but there are also gods who are celestials, and they rule the world, all of that. And the reason why I say it's semi-urban is because the world was originally like the modern world we live in now, and then something happened, like celestial beings started falling from the sky centuries ago, and they brought a plague or something, and it ended up changing the world as we know it, and it became Onuna. There is a part of this world, like a continent or a country or a kingdom, not really too sure, that is basically mortal. I think the gods or the celestials govern that world. Technology exists. There's phones, there are cars, there are marriages, there are clubs, there's bars, modern world things that we live in right now. So it's a little bit confusing. I think the FMC is living in hiding because Caden is a monster. Like, monsters are not supposed to be living out in the open, I think, but it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Anyway, I'm gonna continue on reading because I don't understand, but I think the author does a really good job with like explaining the fantasy world bit by bit, because you're getting snippets as we go on. Like, it's not an info dump type of situation. You just read on and you understand the world more when you read on. I'm excited to get into it now that I know that it's more fantasy, because I do love a very fantasy heavy book with like very intricate worlds. I'm gonna continue reading this tonight, hopefully, and I'll give more updates either tonight or tomorrow, depending on if I read a lot tonight or not. But that is my update right now. I'm gonna go now and play my dog. I'll see you guys later. It's really dark. I apologize for the lighting. It's currently 5 p.m. and I have updates on the book of Azrael because I've actually reached halfway through with this book. I'm at page 290. I'm in the middle of a chapter, so I don't know what chapter this is, but I stopped because I need to get ready for tennis, because I have tennis in an hour and I need to eat before I play or I will faint. But I am so happy I read a lot today, because honestly, I'm really busy today. I had so many things to do this morning and this afternoon, but then I carved out like 2 hours of my time. I read from 3 until 5. I didn't stop reading and I read up until halfway, so I'm very proud of myself and I'm very happy. Generally, it's just really easy to read this book and I'm having a really good time, and I don't want to stop reading the book. I like what we're going through right now with the fantasy world and the enemies to lovers going on. I love this trope so much because you get to see them hate each other but slowly fall in love, and you know that they're gonna like each other at the end of this book. But right now, even right now, we're halfway through, but they are still hating each other. They absolutely despise each other. They're total enemies. They want to kill each other, and I love it because you know they're gonna fall in love at the end. So I'm just having a lot of fun. I love the enemies to lovers. I'm having a great time. The fantasy world is really unique. I'm seeing a little tiny bit of like plot holes when it comes to the magic that they have. I'm happy about my progress. I'm gonna continue reading this and then I will give you guys more updates tonight, hopefully. I haven't given an update today, but I have read a little bit more. I will be reading a lot more tonight, but I just want to give a midway update before I continue on reading. I'm at chapter 35 now, and this is page 407. Right now, how I'm feeling about the book is that there are a lot of things going on with the plot. I feel like Diana and Liam's relationship is probably going to escalate a lot further starting from now, because you're getting to finally see them actually act like they actually like each other. And I get that there are a lot of scenes that needs to be put into this book in order for them to go from enemies to lovers. So I understand that there's a lot of like fillery scenes, I guess you would say, but I do feel a little bit bored by it. I have to admit it's a little bit slow in that sense. I do like the progress of their relationship, but I just want to see them get together. The slow burn is really slow. So sorry for the lack of updates. Today was so difficult when it comes to reading, and I only had time to sit down and read right now. Point being, I'm gonna try to get this book done tonight. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm gonna try my best to get it done tonight. If I sit down and read only tonight, I can do it, but we shall see what's gonna happen. I'll try at least, and I'll give you guys more updates when I am finally done with the book. As I've mentioned, I pushed through. I finished the book of Azrael. It took me 2 hours to get that done, but at least I persevered and finished the book. The last like 180 pages were not really fun for me, mostly because everything was very predictable and the plot went in a way that I totally saw coming, and there was no point of this book where I was surprised by the things that happened. And I don't know how to explain it, but it really bored me out by the end of it. I actually really liked the story, especially when we saw Liam and Diana really try to be friends from really bad enemies. But then as soon as they got to the lovers portion, I lost it. I lost the plot. I wasn't invested in the plot. I didn't really care much about the fantasy world. There were a lot of plot holes, in my opinion, that happened. But also these main characters, like Diana and Liam, both of them, they were said to be very strong and able to break the world. But to me, they don't act that way. They're very immature with their actions, and also like the way they go about the situation. They don't even think about the repercussions. There are a few actions and a few decisions made that I felt like could have been thought out better. Just didn't feel cohesive with the way they were set as characters to the way they're acting. Just felt like it was missing something. It wasn't enough explanation, especially to their powers as well. It's very vague as to what they have in magic wise, and I don't understand. I did really like the first half of this book. I didn't like the second half, but I do want to pick up the second book because the ending was a little bit like a semi-cliffhanger. It wasn't that bad. Probably below 4, maybe like a 3.5 or a 3.25. But yeah, that is the Book of Azrael. I'm gonna put this down. Unfortunately, I didn't really enjoy it as much. I'm gonna pick up my second book now, and I was in between two books. I'm still in between two books, but I'm just gonna pick up the one that I think I want to read first, just because it's a little bit on the thicker side. The book I picked up is Between Us by Lauren McFarlane, and this book is Haley Bam's 5-star read, to which she has been talking about this author in a lot of her videos for a very long time now, and she's absolutely obsessed with her books. I picked up Between Us, and she also really liked this book, and I think rated it 5 stars. Joe is Rasheen's boyfriend in the story, and basically they go on this friends trip, and Joe is a producer slash director. I think he releases shows in TV, and he recently released a crime TV show. That's the whole trip for, to celebrate Joe's new TV show. However, when the friend group started watching this TV show, they realized that a lot of the plot and the things that happened really resemble their lives, their secrets, the things that they hide about themselves, and obviously focuses on Roisin because she's Joe's girlfriend, and so Roisin just feels a little bit iffy about it, I guess you can say. Things happen, things go awry, and you just follow the storyline of them going through that. And I don't know what to expect about this. Once again, I don't know if it's a romance, I don't know if it's a lit fic, but yeah, I'm gonna pick this book up next. I'm hoping to be able to read a lot tomorrow. I am not gonna read this tonight because my brain is processing the Book of Azrael still, but I'm gonna pick this book up next, and we're gonna start this book tomorrow. That is going to be it for today. I will let you guys go, and I will see you guys in the morning. I have read 102 pages of this book. I'm at chapter 18 now. First impressions, it's a very comedic book. It focuses a lot on making the readers want to laugh because the conversations they have are pretty witty, and you basically follow the lives of these 6 people in the same friend group, and all of them have very distinct characteristics and they offer different things in the friend group. And I think that Joe, who is Roisin's boyfriend, is honestly a total asshole. I really do not like his character. The first 100 pages reading about him is honestly so difficult because I do not like him. Every time he appears on the page, I cringe. I want to throw the book out of the window because I really do not want to see him appear on the page. He is so infuriating. The things that he does is super toxic, passive aggressive, things I hate in a person. So I'm excited to see Joe and Roisin finally break up, because at this point they have not broken up yet. They haven't even gone to the point where they start watching Joe's new crime TV series, because they're going on this vacation to celebrate 3 things, to celebrate an engagement, a birthday, and also Joe's crime TV being released. And they have not gone to the point where everyone starts watching it to figure out that the crime TV series is basically about them. I do like reading about the dynamics of the people in this group, and I don't know what to expect with this. That's the thing. I have no idea how this is going to end. I have no idea where this is going to go forward. At this point, I'm excited to go through this because I want to know what's going to happen, but the writing style is a little bit new for me, at least. There are lots of cases where the author writes you pronouns, so second person. Sometimes I jump out of it because I'm like, oh, another second pronoun is coming in. So that's what I'm feeling about this right now. The writing style was definitely a newer change for me. So it took a while to get into the book because of the writing style, but I think overall I'm having a pretty decent time reading this. Crossing my fingers I can get this done today. It's a pretty short book actually. It's 400 pages, but the writing is absolutely huge per page, so I think it should be an easy read. That's going to be it for this update. I will see you guys later. I'm gonna make this quick. I am currently reading Between Us by Valerie McFarlane. As I've mentioned, I'm now at chapter 41. This is page 226. I will be temporarily putting this down because I'm not in the mood to read this right now. This is definitely not a romance book. It's more woman's fiction, I would say. Like, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's not bad at all. I think that it's triggering me in a sense where the topics that are being explored in this book in terms of the family background that the FMC has or Sheen has, as well as her relationship with her friend, it's going through a lot, especially when it comes to Joe's relationship with Roisin and also Roisin's relationship with her mom. That part to me is just really hard to read about. I'm at a point where right now I think my emotions are a little bit whack. So I'm gonna put this down, hoping that Roisin will have a backbone and actually do something about these relationships, because it's getting a little bit frustrating and irritating and infuriating in general. I will be picking it up again. I'm not DNFing this at all, but I am not in the mood to read a book like this. But we're gonna pick up another book, which is also another 5-star read of Sarah Caroli's, which is The Vows by Jessica Joyce, which I am really excited about. I am super pumped to read this, and I think maybe in the back of my mind I know I want to read this book, so I'm like not truly invested in Between Us. So I'm gonna pick this up first and see if I can get through this a little bit faster and a little bit better. This is a second chance romance, and I think they're part of the same friend group. And a couple in that friend group is getting married. The wedding goes a little bit awry, and so they try to find a way to fix the wedding while being broken up. Feelings resurface and they rekindle their relationship. But I've heard that it's a lot more than just a romance, so I'm excited to get this book read. And I've just been like, at the back of my mind, I've just been really wanting to pick this book up. Tomorrow is the weekend. I will be very busy on the weekends, so I'm just gonna try my best. But that is The Vows, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yes, hi. Why are you so excited to see me? It's a crazy dog. I have just started this book and I already really like it. I took tabs because I really wanted to tab some of the words in here. This is so good. You guys, I'm at page 88, 89, end of a chapter. This is so good. I really like it. Writing is great. Relationship is great. Love that they have history because it's second chance romance. The tension is so good. Another update, because I don't think I can ever stop talking about this book right now. It's probably gonna be my newest obsession because I love this book. I think I just love a good old second chance romance when you can really see the history, you can feel the tension, you know they're gonna get together, you know the guy's obsessed with the girl, and you just feel like there's just so much going on. And this is giving me so much of that second chance feeling, and I freaking love it. I am thoroughly enjoying my reading process. I'm at page 213, chapter 22, and I've been having so much fun tabbing this book and laughing and giggling and getting to know them as individuals, because I absolutely love Georgia as a female main character. I think I resonate with her a lot, especially when it comes to her not wanting to want, her dealing with her loneliness and the dynamic of her friend group and not wanting to miss out on things, not wanting to feel left out. I resonate with Georgia so much on those. The good thing is that she knows that she has those feelings, she has those thoughts, and she understands that it's not that good sometimes to think about those ideas, but at the same time she is well aware that she still feels it and she is sometimes unable to stop herself. That's what really makes her so human to me. That's what makes her so endearing to me, because she's trying so hard, but it's really difficult for her. As somebody who acts like her, I think that is very difficult. So I understand her completely, and I think that Eli, who is our MMC, is obviously still in love with her and really obsessed and just wants to get her back. And that whole plot line, so good. I just really like seeing the pining and the tension. This is so good. Like, even the spice is really good, because we've gotten one spice scene and I just really like it. I'm having a lot of fun with this book. I am going to continue on reading. I am hoping that I can read the whole night today because I have nothing to do. I am going to try my best to get this done. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm really liking this. This can go really good or really bad, and I'm hoping it goes really good. I have a good feeling though. I'm like having so many quotes and sentences these characters say. A lot of the things that is said in this book just really resonates with me, and I really like feeling those emotions as I'm reading this book. And when I roll my eyes, his mouth hooks into a tiny smile. It hooks me too, sways my body closer to his, even when his mouth straightens, parts slightly. Maybe you don't have the key, but someone lets you in anyway, and you stay a while, and it feels so good just to be somewhere you once belonged. It's like those little things that really hits home, and I feel so much reading these words, and especially because Georgia is so much like me as a person. I'm obsessed with this book. I really like it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna continue reading. I will update you guys when I can. Oh, am I crying? Oh gosh, I'm going to cry again. The vows yesterday night. I couldn't put this book down. I couldn't stop reading. I wanted to stop. I wanted to go to bed. I was tired. I didn't want to stop reading this. I pushed through. I got this done. I'm so happy I finished it. I'm so happy I read it. As you guys can tell, I love this book a lot. I cried reading this, which is very rare for me. It's been a while since I've read a rom-com book and actually cried, because the things that Georgia went through and the revelations of her own feelings and her own thoughts and everything going around her feels so real to me. It feels like I am her, and it really resonated with me. It was so emotional and heartbreaking, and I was very much in pain. So I cried a lot reading this. There were a lot of parts of the book where I teared up. I even sobbed like a baby during this one scene of Georgia with Adam, her best friend, and Eli, and it was just so sweet. There were a lot of things about relationships in this book that I also absolutely loved, and the quotes in here, the things that you learn, the things that Eli and Georgia goes through. This was so freaking good. I am rating this a 5 stars. I can't not give this 5 stars. I am fully obsessed with this book. I'm gonna make every single person I know read this, and I'm gonna be recommending it till the day I die. So that is The Vows by Jessica Joyce. And although I didn't like her first book, this book sealed the deal. I think the first book, there was just something with the plot that I didn't enjoy. There was a lot of aspects of the third act conflict in that book that I didn't think made sense. It was so good. Yeah, 5 stars. I'm gonna make this quick because I feel like I'm not going to try and extend this any longer. I think I'm gonna be soft DNFing this book, putting it down for now. I'm not DNFing the book, I'm putting it down for now. I don't think I'm in the mood to read this. I think I feel a disconnect with the characters. I do not feel anything with the plot. I do not really care much about what the characters are going through, and I want to give it a fair chance. And I don't know if this mood of mine is due to my period coming soon. I'm very much a mood reader, and this is not hitting. It's not giving me, and I do not want to hate on this book because I'm not feeling it, which happens to a lot of the books I read. I'm a little bit sad about it just because this video is now cut short because I didn't finish this book, but I hope you guys can understand. I don't really want to force myself to read something that I'm not connecting with. All in all, I think that every single person have their own likes and dislikes when it comes to reading, and the books they enjoy, the tropes they enjoy, the little tiny details that matter to them. Regardless, I'm still really happy that I picked up all of these books. It really gives me insight into a lot of the books that people are reading and people are enjoying, and I think that that's the fun part about reading, having your own opinions on books, hearing other people's thoughts, and having different ones yourself. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Let me know how you guys think about these books, if you've read some of them, because I'd like to hear your thoughts. And that is going to be it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!